All right, welcome back, everyone. We are diving deep, deep, deep into Forrest Gump today.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, breaking down some of those iconic scenes and lines and hopefully unearthing some fresh perspectives.
Yeah.
Even if you've seen the movie a million times.
Right.
We're using a compilation of key scenes from YouTube for this. But, hopefully we'll find some interesting stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the best place to start is with Mama Gump.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, life is like a box of chocolates.
Right.
But there's another line that I always found pretty intriguing.
You okay?
Is when she says that, miracles happen every day. Some people don't think so, but they do.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of ancient stoicism.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
That idea of finding beauty in everyday moments.
Totally. Yeah.
But Mama Gump, puts this uniquely American spin on it.
Yeah.
She doesn't just accept fate passively. She's actively encouraging Forrest to look for those miracles. It's about engaging with life's possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just whatever happens, happens. It's no, go out and make those miracles happen.
That's what I was hoping for. See, that's what I love about these deep dives.
Yeah.
We can get past those surface level observations.
Totally.
It really gets you thinking, has anyone ever influenced your outlook in such a profound way?
Oh, absolutely.
Changed how you view the world?
Yeah, for sure. Thinking about Mama Gump and her influence on Forrest, it makes me think about all the people who've influenced me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
It's powerful stuff.
And that leads us perfectly into Forrest himself, right?
Yeah.
Because his whole perspective is unique,
Absolutely.
That childlike innocence lets him see the world without all the cynicism and negativity that we often, end up with.
Yeah.
He's not bogged down by anxiety the way most of us are.
He just kind of rolls with it, right?
Exactly. When he says, I ran to get where I was going, it's so literal. Right. He completely misses the social cues, but it's also kind of refreshing,
Yeah, there's a certain honesty to it, right? He's not trying to be anyone. He's not.
Exactly. But then, you think about his loyalty to Bubba. Admirable, obviously.
Of course.
But does it ever, cross a line,
Interesting question.
He builds Bubba's family this shrimping empire, even though they, weren't exactly thrilled about it at first.
Yeah.
Could that be seen as, overstepping?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Forrest's loyalty is rarely questioned in the film.
Yeah.
But you're right. It could definitely be viewed as imposing his own ideas of what's best, even if it's not what others want.
Exactly.
That's an interesting ethical dilemma for sure.
It shows how, even positive qualities can have unintended consequences.
Right.
Which is something, that we should all keep in mind.
Totally.
And that kind of complexity is part of what makes Forrest Gump so good.
Absolutely.
Okay, so moving on to something a bit lighter, shall we?
Yeah, sounds good.
Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a perfect foil to Forrest's optimism, at least at the beginning.
Totally.
He represents that cynicism, that, bitterness that a lot of veterans experience after trauma.
Right.
But the film doesn't shy away from the humor either.
Yeah, absolutely.
The line about the ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
I have to admit, I always crack up at that part.
It's a classic.
But it's interesting that you connect that humor to the theme of resilience,
Oh, yeah.
Is the film suggesting that finding humor in dark times is a way of coping?
Exactly. Lieutenant Dan eventually finds peace by, accepting Forrest's friendship.
Yeah.
And just embracing the absurdity of life.
Right.
The humor isn't just for laughs. It's a sign of his healing process.
See, that adds a whole new layer to those jokes.
Right. It's not just surface level. There's a lot going on beneath.
It's not just, slapstick comedy. It's deeper than that. Okay, so let's switch gears again and talk about Forrest's successes, right?
Okay.
College football, ping pong, even shrimping.
He does it all.
It all seems to happen by chance, but is there a deeper meaning to all of that?
I think it challenges that traditional idea of ambition and planning,
Right.
Forrest doesn't strategize. He engages with the world with complete sincerity.
Yeah.
And somehow that leads him to excel.
So is the film saying that passion is more important than meticulous planning?
It could be.
Or is it about recognizing opportunities, even if they're not part of some grand plan?
I love that. It could be both.
Right.
And it makes you think, what's your ping pong moment? That time you succeeded at something you never thought you would.
I love that. Everyone's got a ping pong moment.
Exactly.
Okay, so now for the grand finale, the cross-country run. There are so many interpretations.
Right. What's your take on it?
I've always seen it as this metaphor for life's journey.
Yeah.
The ups, the downs, the unexpected turns.
The twists and turns.
Exactly. And the importance of just, keeping on.
Keep moving forward.
But I'm curious, what's your interpretation?
For me, I think it represents a search for meaning after Jenny's death.
Oh, wow.
Remember, he starts running after losing the love of his life.
That's true, yeah.
It's not just aimless wandering.
Right.
It's a way to process his grief.
Oh, wow.
And find a path forward.
That adds such a deeper, emotional layer to it.
It does, doesn't it?
It's amazing how one scene can hold so much meaning.
He really is.
That's the beauty of Forrest Gump.
Sure.
It gives us so much to think about.
Yeah, it doesn't give us easy answers.
Exactly. But it makes us ask the questions,
Absolutely.
So next time you watch Forrest Gump, don't just think about that box of chocolates, right?
Yeah.
Look for those subtle moments, those layers of meaning.
Right.
And just ask yourself, what does this story mean to me?
Yeah, what resonates with you personally?
Because this film, it truly is a gift that keeps on giving.
I completely agree. It's a film you can revisit again and again and find something new each time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great deep dive.
That was fun.
I always love talking Forrest Gump,
It's a classic for a reason.
It is. It really is. All right. Thanks for joining us today, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll catch you next time for another deep dive.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.